A woman among warlords. Born on April 25th, 1978, Malalai Joya lived in a small village in western Afghanistan. Malalai had a rough childhood growing up under the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan and the Taliban. Malalai is regarded as the bravest woman in Afghanistan because of her constant activism and charitable actions. During her early life, Malalai taught women how to read and write, even though it's strictly banned in Afghanistan. She also helped create, fund, and maintain a free medical clinic for people in need. Additionally, Malalai was the first woman elected into Afghanistan parliament. Malalai is an inspiration to millions inside and outside Afghanistan as she spoke out about injustices and corruptions in her country. The memoir is being told in first-person perspective. Malalai shared some of her personal stories detailing how she felt and what she thought. The atmosphere in which the events of the memoir take place is best described as oppressive and intense. There were many instances where Malalai was being oppressed just for being a woman. The best way to describe Malalai is as a brave person. Malalai has survived 4 assassination attempts as a result of her activism. She still continued to fight against injustice. This is evident as it's stated in the book. I would never again be safe. At the time, I wasn't thinking about this, but rather I was pleased to have been able to expose the true nature of the proceedings. Most of the events in the memoir take place in Afghanistan. Malalai moves a lot around Afghanistan as she visited cities like Kabul, Herat. Additionally, when Malalai was young, she moved to the city of Farah in Pakistan and lived in a refugee camp. The memoir starts recalling events from April 25th, 1978 to 2011. Theme statement. I don't fear death. I fear remaining silent in the faces of injustice. Malalai Joya. Words can mean thousands of things. It can start wars or end them. Sometimes it can even paint a picture. This is evident in the memoir A Woman Among Warlords, written by Derek O'Keefe, about the life of Malalai Joya. The book depicts Malalai's activism and indirectly states that activism will always have a negative impact on the person acting it out. Connection to the hero's journey. The hero. Malalai Joya is the person the memoir is written about. Fearless, brave, truthful, and loyal are some of her many character qualities. The call to adventure. Malalai was and is trying to get rid of injustice and corruption in her country. Malalai sets out to destroy the warlords in her country. She does that because her society oppresses women and minorities, as well as enforce an oppressive dictatorship. Refusal of the call. When Malalai was given the opportunity to pursue a political career, she is hesitant at first. She was scared of getting physically and mentally hurt. However, after persuasion from her mentors, she agrees. Mentors. Most of the people who helped Malalai were her family. Her uncle Azad, which protected her and made sure she is in no physical harm. Her father, who pushed her to learn and encouraged her to help people instead of suppressing her thoughts. Her brother, who was the breadwinner for the family and an avid supporter for her campaigns and causes. Tests. Malalai survived 4 assassinations attempts on her life. She has gone banned from parliament. She faced public scrutiny and she faced propaganda and public rumors regarding her personal life. Despite all of that, she continued to fight. The low point. Malalai is kicked out of her parliament seat and is banned for criticizing the warlords. Her career is destroyed in front of her eyes, and she faces the horror of having close people to her die. The resurrection. Malalai doesn't stop her activism and continue to speak out to this day. The restitution. Malalai is recognized for her work and still to this day speaks out about injustice and does many charitable acts in her own country to help the people of Afghanistan. The media. The impact of the media. The media was and is an essential part of Malalai's life. News outlets on TV helped her get international recognition and aid her cause as more people were becoming more aware of what is going on in her country. Additionally, the media helped keep her informed as to what is going on in her country and outside of her country regarding politics and important news. As much as the media helped Malala in many ways, it also affected her. Her enemies used propaganda and lies to discourage her from fighting the injustice and corruption in her country. Thus, concluding my paper slide on A Woman Among Warlords, a memoir written by Derek O'Keefe about the life of Malala Joya.